How do madam feel about tipping culture?
What about it?
Is it fair, or are we just paying people to do their jobs?
I feel like okay, so nowadays I feel like we're just paying people to do their jobs. I feel like the standard and the service industry in of itself is like I don't know, the standard for that shit has kind of gone downhill. I feel like before, like I don't know, you kind of had to like not earn the tip, but like yo, it was kind of like oh yeah, the service I received here it was like exemplary or like it was it provided a good experience. Tip. Whereas like now it's become kind of like a unprecedented social expectation because we don't fucking pay our workers enough. So it's like oh like you're a bad guy if you don't tip because it's
Yeah.
like what the fuck like
Why'd you come out to eat?
why'd you come out to eat if you didn't
Or
tip?
if you don't tip a certain amount.
But the
as
thing
well.
is like yo, I've also been in a lot of places. Like I've noticed the quality for service has just fucking gone down substantially. Like yo, I don't know if it's like the new generation of service industry or whatever the fuck going on, but the whole everything about it has just gone downhill. So I've gone to places where it's like, bro, like tipping is almost like obligatory at this point. Even though even if I don't agree with it, like just because like sometimes I tip because I don't want to be judged. Like oh, this is a cheap ass nigga, or like oh, this guy's like a dickhead, you know? I'm like yo, but your service was not that great.
Personally, if your service is not that great, I'm not tipping.
I
it's
believe
like-
he doesn't
and-
tip. But you know what's
and-
fucked up? Like
That's
even
crazy.
I don't even want to be like
crazy.
I don't even like to eat with niggas that like don't tip really because it makes us look bad. Like you know, like oh look, we're a bunch of niggas not tipping. That's such a shit. Like look, you know, like a vibe. Like
I'm not gonna lie.
If I
really,
feel
I
you
really
didn't-
don't take on other people's problems. Still, like, yes, we got separate bills, bitch. You know I tip. Don't worry
Bro,
about these niggas. Ain't got nothing to
I
do with me.
personally just feel if you didn't do anything for the tip, like even something simple as just manners, like why aren't you giving me the same respect as you gave the people over there? Like how come my things are taking longer? How come you're not asking me, hey, how my meal was? Like
how you pre
sir,
and extra niggas respect.
what do you mean? This is your job.
No, but like you just
If
notice.
if
you
you're
notice
gonna
how they deal with
if
other
I'm
people.
if I'm sitting at a table and I can see the person beside me, whatever, they're getting their food, but you're constantly checking up on like how like, hey, how am I doing? Do you guys need anything? But then you're walking by me.
No, I've had that before.
Know what I'm saying? You're walking by our table because you don't think we care about that interaction. You're looking at like, yo, these guys are just here to eat, but it's like, yo, homegirl, I actually want you to be nice. Ask me, like, I could have been waiting on something for 5 minutes and I got to ask another server to go and get you.
That shit annoys
Why
me.
do I need to tip you? And then it's like, you didn't do anything for your tip. I asked you for a drink and like the meal's almost done. Like, I don't really care about the drink no more. Like, what am I tipping you for? You're literally bringing it from the back to me. Whatever.
I've let niggas know their shit. I've let like waiters and waitresses know like, yo, you're kind of shit still. Like not in a rude way, but like you know your shit.
But you're tipping them, but you're just telling them the shit?
No, I'm not even, like I've let niggas know like there's yo if like for example like if I actually receive like in the instance that you're indicating, I feel like you were offended. If I was actually offended or like did not enjoy my experience, then run all the way the fuck up. Like you know like. So much so it's like I also don't like I'm the type of nigga bro I don't even like complaining, but I will complain if I'm unsatisfied. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe that.
I don't like doing it though. I rather just be like fuck whatever it's off like you know, but like I don't stand for injustice. So if you're if you're at a restaurant, boom boom boom, you're paying your money, and like you're having an unsatisfactory experience, I don't think there's anything wrong with like you know addressing that. Or if you feel like not tipping is your form of addressing that, then like yo fam by all means stand on business.
Yeah, I feel like the tipping culture is a little predatory. I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes I just want to know what I'm tipping
Yo, it's only
for.
here though, which I know is fucked up. Like
Yeah.
I've met people like from abroad and whatnot, and they're like, "Yo, this shit only exists over here," and it's fucking ridiculous because like the restaurants or whatever, the service industry should be able to pay its workers a fucking a respectable wage where they're not dependent on the social obligatory or obligation of fucking the person to tip. Like, why do you have to guilt trip me like you can't eat or feed your family because I didn't give you extra money based on your service performance?
But what's the purpose of a tip?
To my knowledge, initially you were supposed to tip to get your food faster. So it was like, hey, like I ordered my food, I want it quick. Here's a tip. Go get my shit.
I've
first.
never heard that in my life.
That's what I heard.
I'm
Where
thinking
did you
it's
hear
like
that?
good services.
An older person told me that. I didn't like look it up or
No,
something.
no, because I've never like encountered that or been around that. Like the tip has always come after the bill in my experience, and it's like, how can you tip after for sooner beforehand? You get what I'm saying?
You call the server over and say,
Have you done
"Here."
that, or have you ever seen that done firsthand?
Nigga, no.
Okay, that's all. I was asking.
Well, I said the origins. Things change from their origins sometimes.
Oh, I didn't know the oranges did.
That was the first statement I made. So what I heard was the origins of the tip was basically like you pay so that you get your food faster. So
I
there's a
agree
paid
with that.
incentive. Like, yo, bring my shit first.
I'll agree
I'm gonna
with
pay
that.
you extra. Go get my shit first. Then at some point it became something that you add after if you like the service or something. I feel like, hey, if your service is super exceptional, then like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess you get a tip. But the concept of it, like, as it is now, like, yo, I get paid less for my hours, so you need to give me a tip. Like, yo, bro, take that up with your manager. Like, what does that have to do with me?
I just don't like being judged because I didn't want to tip or I didn't
Yes.
tip as much. Like, bro, if I don't have like, I'm not gonna break my 50 to tip you. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm just not breaking it. Like, if I have like, if I was supposed to tip you like a $7, $8, and I have a 5, you're holding the 5. Don't get cheese at the $2.
Yeah, the change thing is crazy
You know what
because
I'm
like
saying?
I'll still tip, especially if I frequent this place, just because
Yeah.
I don't want to have like a shit reputation somewhere and I keep going here.
But
you
what
know
does
what I
that mean though? Why
I
do you
mean,
have a
no, nigga. What do you mean? What does
But
it mean?
nigga, if I'm spending a certain amount of money, how do I have a shit reputation if one day like somebody
Because yo, fam, you have to understand, like, you're still in the service industry.
Sometimes they'll just
And there's
literally
such-
take
just-
longer to bring your
fam,
shit.
yeah, exactly.
They'll
Just how
treat
there's-
you back. Like I've been at a bar and the bitch told me to my face, bro. Like I think
You're not
I bought
priority.
a couple drinks. And then when I went to get the next one, she took mad long. She served bare people in front of me. Like, yo, what are you on? Like, why are you taking so long? She's like, oh, you didn't even tip last time. And I thought it was still like, go fuck yourself. Like,
That is
bitch,
a go
that's not,
fuck
it's,
yourself,
like, it's
though.
not my responsibility to pay your fucking bills. But just knowing that this is the psychology of people, if I'm going to frequent this place, I don't want to run into like some kind of issue.
You know what's
so it's
fucked
like,
up, though?
I'm gonna tip just on the basis of I don't want friction down the line.
But I don't like how she said
But-
that to you.
Yeah, she's not a good person, but like it was to me, it was like a learning like moment,
yo,
you know?
Check the double-edged sword with that. So it's fucked up because it's like, okay, boom, you're going over there and you're gonna tip to somewhere you frequent to basically withhold and uphold like, you know, your social reputation in said place. Whereas like if you know somebody there, for example, like when I go to restaurants and I have like a friend that works there or whatnot, it's like they do their best to make you spend as little as possible. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like now it's like, yo, bro. Oh, I thought you put water in that. That would fuck me up. They do their best to like I said, make you spend as little as possible. So it's like I don't know. Like obviously you'll hook them up, like especially when you know somebody over there for like whatever services or benefits they'll provide for you. But the end goal and the benefit of actually socially knowing someone at these establishments is to ultimately save money, right?
And tip them.
Like yeah, you'll give them like on
Yeah.
kind of like you'll tip basically like
Your
in
discount.
reference to what you save, exactly, right? Where it's like, I don't know, my nigga gives me a bunch of free drinks. Like, say he gives me 3 drinks. You're my brethren, so I get the benefit of knowing you for a discount. I may tip you for like, you know, I may pay the price for like 2 of the drinks instead of the third one. But like, what you charge me out, like, you know, that'll be your tip.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's kind of
So
weird
how
how that
much
works.
do you guys usually tip?
15%, nigga.
I usually try to go with what the tax is. I guess the tax.
15%.
It's around 50%.
Yeah,
The
okay,
tax is like 13%.
Yeah, I try to
So
stick
15
with
is about
that.
the same shit.
But like, and I figure even sometimes I'm like, yo, that's good. Like that's reasonable. But
Gus feels
some
that's
people,
reasonable.
no,
Does the amount that you tip change if you got a woman with you?
No.
Like if you're taking a
I
woman out,
think-
do you feel like you gotta put like a little
no, I'm
extra
not
on?
putting any more. I think I listen. If I'm gonna, like I said, if I'm gonna tip any more than what
I'm not gonna lie, it was funny. Like, yo, bro, if you pay for the dinner and she gets mad you didn't tip enough, that's crazy.
that is crazy.
Like, don't get
And,
me wrong, I understand. Like, don't be a cheap date. Like, that's what I
There's
said.
crazy women out there.
But 15% I feel like is adequate
like,
enough. It's
like,
like
don't
standard.
be like, yo, you're only gonna give her that. I'm like, but that's what's circled right here. That's what's circled right here. Like that's what
There's
I'm gonna
bare
give
women
her.
like that. Like they feel like to just go above and beyond for no goddamn reason. I don't know why.
And again, if
But
I'm
I
gonna
think
tip you,
15% is fine.
if I'm
15%
gonna
is
tip
adequate.
you,
You know what's crazy? I was at it was like, you go
Sorry,
ahead.
I'm just saying, if I'm gonna tip you, I'm just tipping you based on like, if you want more than the 13%
15.
or 15%, do more. That's all I'm saying.
You have to do more for cuz. I was saying, yo, one of the most outrageous ones I seen. I went to a restaurant the other day, fam. It was 18%, 25%, and 35%. Like as the tipping options, just on the actual machine.
Where did
I-
you go? So I can avoid this.
You wouldn't go there, Liberty Village, fam. But like, sorry, you set yourself up for that
You
one.
know what I'm saying? Just alright.
Man said,
bro.
"Where did you go so I can avoid this place?" Man got mad when I
You're
told him.
already avoiding it.
Man got mad when I told him. where it
I
was.
was
Consciously.
making a joke, but you see why I don't call him to be happy?
Mr. Steal the happiness.
Nah, don't call me if you ignore my call for 3 days in a row and then call me back crying fish. Ooh, I'll flame you. I'm not gonna hold you.